were the only things we talked about yesterday. Today, what we're going to start with is the configuration of a mail adapter and how do we use an exception subprocess or error handling, right? So we'll start with the mail adapter, and at the end of the day, we should be knowing that how the exception subprocess works and how mail adapter can be used with exception subprocess. So there is one thing we talked about it before as well. Right now, what I did was a request reply here, right? And while configuring the mail, I choose sync, but no one raised the question, why didn't I use request reply? So first of all, the question, what's the difference between send and request reply? I think we have already talked about it, but again, to revisit the things. Second question, why didn't I use request reply with nail? Wouldn't compute be silly or extra right? I don't friend. I glanced with me the mail adapter yesterday. I only used same here. I didn't use request reply. Yeah, I mean, a request for payments without expecting the response back in the same count. By like we are sending the city and we are expecting the cities with a Vega. Whereas in the mailer app, I've just feel sending the email communication, but I've not with the mailer app. I mean, we are not expecting any response back from the receiver. That's the reason we are using the send and we are unfurling the mailer app. Totally correct. What if I use a request reply? Do you think the mail adapter will work in request reply as well? I don't think so. Request reply. Request reply. Okay. Actually, and hoping that it will work. Hmm. But it does well. So mail adapter is completely asynchronous. Just think about it. If you are sending an email, what can you even expect in return? There could have been some kind of acknowledgement, but you can't take an acknowledgement forward, right? So the mail adapter does not work with request reply. So if you have to check it, if you have to see it, you can use a request reply here, configure the mail adapter, everything, but when you'll deploy it or save it, it will fail like something. At some point, it will give you a failure that mail adapter is not supported by request reply. That's why you have to give send, right? Also, I could have directly connected my end message like this, right? Instead of using send, that could have also worked. But I usually prefer keeping send and then ending the message at whatever thing it is, right? So that I can show you that if I want to configure it as an other end, I'll put an other end here. That's why I give staying here is request reply or whatever you want to do. I keep this branch in P. I don't connect it with an adapter. That's the reason, right? So let's say if I have wanted to use the error end, I would have done like instead of complete message, I could have chose error end from here and I would have ended it with an error. Let's see, we'll see both the cases, how it looks and how it works in SAP CI. But first things first, configuring the mail adapter. Let me open a new tab as well. So usually you'll have to connect it with Outlook, right? So if you have to configure a mail adapter, first, again, what do you think might be the configurations needed to configure a mail adapter? Just think about you are sending an email. I'll open the screen, the configurations of mail adapter, but you still think of it. What do you think is necessary? Just think about you are sending an email. The payment address of the receiver. And और कौन कौन कॉल के करेंगे नहीं elect 100% correct, yes. What else? But what is it? Abhire, what was it? I think she said host name. Of yeah. So let's say if you